Looking dapper.
Keats Kiln, thank you very much for the subscription. Thank you so much. And thank you as well to Rithaniel for the massive cheer there. Thank you. Okay, now, I don't remember what we were doing. Probably a lot of things, frankly. We've got a lot of stuff to take care of, actually. So much stuff to take care of. Alright, so at the moment, things are going okay. Let's have a quick glance over the base first and foremost. Oxygen-wise, it's alright. It's okay. One of the disadvantages to the way that the gases move around, it seems, is that oxygen likes to kind of inhabit this band in the middle. And everything kind of wants to go on a slant band. So the lighter the gases, the more to the top left they travel. The heavier the gases, the more to the bottom right they travel. So really, anywhere where there's a pit should be more over there. And anywhere we're trying to create some sort of catch for gases should be up the top left. We'll see about that though. We'll get rid of those ones for now. Okay, so oxygen-wise, we're doing all right. Power-wise, we're going to run out of coal eventually. And when we do, that's going to be rubbish. We are really going to suffer when we run out of coal. In fact, I see no coal in these things right now. There's a lot of things that won't act. Well, let's unpause it for a second. There we go. Okay, so we've got some information. Heat-wise, the farms are being kept cool. And we are now starting to vent cool-ish air around the colony. So that's alright. Thermal comfort overlay. Body heat reduction, comfort zone. So these places are comfortable. Body heat loss in water, obviously. Light overlay. That's not as big of a thing. Plumbing overlay, we don't really need to know about that. Decor. Pretty good, I'd say. People seem to be reasonably happy in here. Ah, the heavy watt wire going around here is what's pulling down the decor there. We can deal with that. We'll have a look at it. Germ-wise, colony's doing really well. I honestly thought germs were going to be this massive issue that I was going to have to struggle with, but they haven't been. Farming overlay, all is well. Rooms, yeah, we've got a bunch of rooms. They all seem to make sense where they are. And exosuits down there, all good. Automation, we don't really need to know about. Okay, I'm fairly happy with this so far. Okay, let's have a look over in chat. Aavak, are there any chances we will see a Aavak and Lady She Live co-op of Stardew? Answered that question quite a lot recently, actually. Depends on a lot of factors. The first thing, though, is simply that it needs to be much less buggy. And I mean much less buggy. But never say never. But at the moment, it's not ready for a collab. Right. Is this the old colony? Does Aavak get all the fun new animals? Now, I believe I do get the fun new animals, but I'm not 100% on that. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not 100% on it. We'll have to see. Now, how much coal have we got? That is not enough, I don't think. These consume quite a lot. Where is it? How much does it consume? Yeah.
Looking dapper.
It can hold an enormous amount of coal. The amount of coal that we've got is not going to last us, so we need an alternative power supply. How is the hydrogen right now? The hydrogen is actually starting to fill up. Might be worth me taking this away then and replacing it with a hydrogen power plant instead. Although it's a little bit bigger. I'm going to have a look at that one. Oh, thank you very much, Punyu, for the gifted sub. You have given 23 subs so far to this on the channel. Well done, you. It's very, very kind of you. That's actually incredibly kind. Please put some love in chat for Punyu. And Alpha just subscribed. Thank you as well. Oh, you're all being very, very generous. Okay. Let's see. Where could we pop a new generator? I mean, It wouldn't be bad to get all of the coal generators out of there. If we could dial it down to only requiring one, I'd feel a lot safer. If I move the Weaswar... Yeah, okay. Let's uproot. And we are going to deconstruct you. It's going to be the first thing I'm going to do. And we're going to set up some plumbing to run the hydrogen over to the other hydrogen generator. Aavak, you are only getting the mutations of the creatures you already got. Creatures are spawned at world creation. Oh, okay. Well, then they're not getting the new creatures then. There we go. I mean, when it said mutation, I took that to mean that you could mutate them. Rather than, well, you can only get the mutations that you've already got, because that doesn't actually make much sense. That's not how mutations work. Could you please remove that one? Is something of a priority? There we go. Done and done. Let's get this in place right there and make sure it's hooked up to the hydrogen as well, all the way across. Donk. Oh, and we've got to make sure that the automation is hooked up too. Let's get that all the way across there. There we go. And that should result in at least getting a decent bit of power and not consuming all of our coal quite as fast otherwise. Food has decayed. I mean, sure. Okay. We do have a couple of things over here. We've got the anti-entropy thermonullifier. We may actually want to set up our oxygen production in here because of that, because we could feed a bit of hydrogen over here. And if we then combine that with a few other things, such as moving, like setting up some sort of radiator system, that would actually be pretty cool. One of the things I would like to do in today's stream is to set up an internal cooling system that doesn't rely on us just cooling the gas that we're going to be pumping out into the colony, so cooling the oxygen, but rather using some of the radiant pipes to create an actual radiator system. So some cold gas gets pumped through the pipes, moving through the colony, picks up heat along the way, and then gets shunted down to an area where it gets cooled off and then returned. So it creates a closed loop. And I'm thinking, although CO2 is not the best gas to use for this, it is a gas that I don't have any other use for just yet. So it would be a nice way of getting the gas out of the base. So I could just pump it into a fairly large radiator system, and over time it would get up to capacity, and then I'd have to deal with it again. But Apple Fumble, thank you so much for the subscription. Tier 3 sub, no less. For the 26th month in a row, thank you so much. You will have access to 3 new emotes. All 3 of them. You can choose which nation you support, whether the Earth Tea, the Ocean Coffee, or the Fire Whiskey. And I'm not going to say anything if you decide to attack. It's fine. Let's see. Things going okay down there. Hopefully we can get this set up soon, though. Oh, I haven't got it. Damn. Okay, let me make sure that that is a high priority there. There we go. My internet broke. There are now actual radiant pipes, which are built for the sake of radiating heat between the atmosphere the pipe is in and the contents of the pipe. Hey Schmofo, how you doing, mate? Thank you very much for the host. And Teflon Sponge as well for the auto host. There's no E in whiskey, Drago Ken. That's probably where you're getting it wrong. Dapper, all lowercase, and then Fire Whiskey, uppercase. As voted on the straw poll that was on Twitter a little while ago.
Looking dapper.
Oh, thank you so much for the resubscription, Erin, for the 15th month in a row. You still haven't got me a 1-year gift yet. Leafin. Here's my 1-year gift to you. I know, it's not a particularly good gift, but, you know, it's all I've got to give you right now. Getting some more research done. What are we currently researching? Valve miniaturization. Okay, that's fair enough. We've got... We've got actual magma, lava down there. Magma, lava, I mean, depends. We've got water up here. I mean, that means we've got infinite oxygen, if nothing else. Schmofo is moving their PC workstation downstairs and has established a base camp. So much better down here, exploring the lay of the land and gathering resources. Wise move. Very wise move. Right, okay, so with all of that done, let's see, what do we want to work on next? I really, 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 really want to get some sort of proper system for managing the different types of air that we've got in the base. Not just this. I mean, I want to expand this. This is so inefficient, by the way. I've done such a bad job with that. Oh my goodness. But we will be fixing it. It will be a thing that is fixed in time. But how? How is the big question? Have we even got that fixed? No. Okay, well, I'm going to speed up time a little bit, get that sorted, hopefully. And then we will see. Yes, get on inside, it's fine. This will need more coal reasonably soon, I think. There we go. There we are, perfect. And generating plenty of power now. Also using up our hydrogen probably reasonably fast. Let's have a look. It's not terribly bad, I suppose. Okay. Things getting pumped around. Okay, good. Right, food-wise, we've got food that's unrefrigerated, which is kind of terrifying, but... Okay, so how are we going to start this whole air thing? Because I've got plans. The problem with plans is they tend to be grand, and grand plans take a long time to implement. I'm also a little bit worried that we are massively overburdening my... yeah. We are massively overburdening this. We've got max wattage of 1000, max wattage of 20 kilowatts. Why is that one showing orange then? Because I'm only seeing 1.2 kilowatts. Oh, sorry. Circuit state is 1.44 of 1.2. Max wattage is 20. This one is 150 watts with a max of 150, but that doesn't actually make much sense to me for some reason. Okay. Maybe they were just pushing an awful lot of power out. I can't tell on that one, actually. I'm not sure why that one is showing up the way it is. Either way, so far, so not terrible. In terms of oxygen, we're also doing somewhat okay, but we could be doing with a bit of a better setup. I think, what is this? It's chlorine vent. That's not a terrible option for us. Building lacks resources, supercomputer, that's fine. Jobs mastered. You can carry on just doing the jobs that you've got right now. I'm thinking we want to continue our exploration up here. So let's get all of this done. Ultimately, I would like to get some exosuits out here ready to head out into the great unknown in this direction. We've also got this that we needed to investigate as well that I was just digging down to. Actually, you know, that's not a terrible idea. Okay, the first thing then, we're going to remove you, and I'm going to build this up into an exosuit area. Yeah, okay. So let's have a think about how we're going to do that. So we want stations, exosuit dock, and we're going to replace that floor Let's just get 2 exosuits for now. And then an exosuit checkpoint. Right there. Because we're pumping oxygen around, so I can just have the oxygen go in there. Shouldn't be an issue. We'll also deconstruct this for now. We'll get down there through another route. Once that's done, how tall are we making this? Let's give it a bit of headroom. So let's go and grab some dirt. Out to about there. And up and around. That should be good. And then we'll have a manual airlock right there. The Psychopath just subscribed with Twitch Prime. Thank you so very much. And the Game Ranger 2 just cheered as well. Thank you, all of you, for the generosity. Thank you so much. We are going to be making a bit of progress in this one, I'm hoping. I keep clicking on things, hoping that I can just click build copy. Oh, well, actually, you can get through down there. It's fine. Research complete. Hooray. Well, we'll get to that in a moment. Could we, instead of you guys being out there... you're probably gathering a load of stuff, aren't you? How about, instead, using abyssalite, I just get you to build this really quickly. Like, without anyone being on the other side. I feel that you're going to be in a bit of trouble. So how about we send you all the way back here instead? I think that would be a better idea. No. All the way, I want you up there instead. Go there. That'll actually work. Yes. Can I get someone to work on this? Is there? No, I can't. I can't seem to force them. Rimworld, I miss your controls. Truly, I do. Oh, there we go. Let's get all of that done. We only need one of them to be sealed off, and then they won't be able to get out there. That's the main thing. There we go. That's what I needed. Fantastic. Right, what do we need over here? We require copper. Okay. We just need copper. How much copper have we got? Have we got any copper, actually? That's a good question. We've got the mini valves. We haven't actually got the materials to make that. Man just subscribed for the 36th month in a row. Thank you very, very much. And Naniog just gifted a sub to KMP. Oh, hey, KMP. How are you doing? My inner perfectionist wants to put in every scale. Oh, bless. It's funny designing for something so small. Yeah, I know. It's a lot harder to make something small than to do it large. Right. How much copper do we have? Let's have a look. Raw metal. Well, we've got a reasonable amount of copper, actually. Then we're going to want some exosuits. Oh, atmosuits, rather. I'm going to need... Yeah, sure. Make me 2. Please. Hopefully we can get those done reasonably fast. In terms of food, we've got way more than we need. Can I see how much is there? There's 19 kilos of food there. Please stop. Stop making things for now.
Looking dapper.
Rilladante just subscribed. Thank you very much. I hope I'm saying your name right. I've got a funny feeling I'm not. Right. Now, what should we branch this off of? We could... Well, we've got a decent amount of power going down there, actually, but I think we should be able to do this. Let's get those in there. I'm also going to need the oxygen to be vented off. Let's go ahead and use... Well, honestly, we've got so much oxygen, we probably don't need to worry about it too much. Can we get that over there? Yes, we can. Good. I would like you to... Oh. I need this to go the other way. I put that down wrong, didn't I? Well, aren't I a silly sausage? Can be rotated before construction. Okay, break it down. Crack on. Also, once you've done that, I would like you to get up there and then build this out. There we go. And let's try and get that built back up. There we go. And that's what we needed. Perfect. Aavak has dirt 89 times. Much more than that. There we are. Nathaniel has made chili. Very nice. Deliver exoskeleton. Sorry, exosuit, not exoskeleton. That would be cool too, but... Right, hopefully we can get this sorted reasonably soon. Our hatch out there. I would love you to be somewhere where you could eat lots of stuff and then make me loads of things. Alas, doesn't look like we're going to get that anytime soon. We could... Plastic ladder. Oh, comfy bed. I mean, the thing is, we might as well get these things researched just so that they're out of the way. Getting the steam energy. Ooh. Huh. We could build a steam turbine over there, over the top of a steam vent. That might be quite useful. Oh, thank you very much again, Punyu. Very kind of you. Hopefully we can get these all made reasonably soon and actually get this set up. Probably want to push... I don't want to over-pressurize this place, let's see. Therein is the issue. I don't want to over-pressurize this room. Still, that being said, I would like it to be breathable. We'll be venting a little bit of the oxygen we're creating, but it shouldn't be a huge problem for us. There we go. Right now we're going to be venting quite a lot of the oxygen because they've not finished this. Unreachable build, apparently. Oh, it's because they haven't got the that delivered. Could we get two of these made? Maybe? Like, super right now? Perhaps? Put that at a higher priority. Oh dear, were we sending the wrong stuff in there? Let's have a quick look. Ah, they're out of... We've already run out of hydrogen. Well, now, that's a bit of a pain. Okay. Well... we may be having our dupes going back to the oldie days of peddling for power. Wouldn't be too terrible. Hello, Nate Lord. Thanks for all the content, Aavak. Oh, you're very welcome. Thanks for enjoying it. Blue Phoenix Storm. Well, I was popping in for just a minute to check out the new emotes and to say hi to Aavak. Time to start my placement matches for competitive Overwatch. Ooh, best of luck. Alright, have we got any luck over there? There we go, we've got one, please, deliver it. We need things to be built quite badly, actually. Let's have a proper look at you, shall we? Are you actually doing anything or just standing there? Oh, okay. Apparently you were just watching. Let's get those moved. Actually get those moved rather sharpish. Then drop that back down to 7. I am wondering if we can't get the new animals, maybe it would be worth us looking to set up a new colony. We'll see. There we go. Get on out there and build all of this up for me, please. Nice and quick, because we need to seal off the atmosphere in here. There we go. No O2. It's fine. Let's have a look. How is the O2 moving through there? I mean, I could force it to, which might be a thing to do, but we'll see. Punyu may or may not have gifted over 100 subs on another show. Wow. That's Weird Alchemist levels of generosity right there. And now you can just wander around. And you don't have to worry too much. Excellent times. Why is that there? Seems that there is some sort of Liquid pipe, gas pipe, insulated tile. That seems very curious. Oh well. But as soon as we can get that sealed off, then this is going to be a bit nicer in there. Research complete. Good, good. Let's continue on. You're now working on steam turbine. Very nice indeed. Now what we could do is push up further in this direction. See if there's any new interesting stuff to be found. We can also get all the way down there and play around with this. It's run out of charge though, so... Ooh, what's wrong? Who is suffocating? Oh, well, I mean, there's a lot of CO2 to be fair. What we're going to want to do then is connect up down here so that our peeps can take care of this area. There we go. Let's get all of that done if you please. It would be great if you didn't stand in the doorway. I'm going to be honest, that's kind of a bad thing. How are you doing? Oh, you're going all the way down there, right? Okay. We will be sealing that off as well. In fact, let's get on with that right now. Let's remove that so that this side of the colony is only accessible via... In fact, let's deconstruct this one too. So that this side of the colony is only accessible via these areas here. There we go. Now, imagine my surprise upon finally deciding to go to sleep. I noticed a small notification that said no sleep for you. I mean, sure, technically it said Aavak is currently streaming Oni, but it's the same meaning anyway. Hi, Nine, how you doing, mate? Right, we've finished that off. Time for me to seal this up. Yoink. There we go, let's get that nice and sealed off. And hopefully this will allow us to just limit how many people can head out in this direction, which would generally be good for us, I think. Will that ever get finished, I wonder? Nope. Uh-oh. Who's suffocating? Well, I mean, then dig. Dig for your life. Go up there. Help with the digging. The digging will save you. And if you don't get up there soon, you're going to suffocate. Oh, you are really close. You are super close. Oh, you made it. Leafin made it. Oh, fantastic. I didn't really want Leafin to die, you see. That would have been a sad time. But now we've actually got exosuits. It should make for a much safer... I mean, you know... safer... situation. Really what it means is I'm going to be much more aggressive in sending my dupes into inhospitable environments, but... yeah, no. Tis what tis. Maybe I do need to force this. Deconstruct. Cancel deconstruct. Alright, let's try and force this issue. It's easy enough to do. Just remove these 3 gas pipes. Actually, remove them as a pretty high priority, actually. We're going to need to get that sorted. Why are you all out here? Please go inside. There we go. Why is that still glitchy? It's just a liquid pipe. I'm not sure what's going on there. Let's connect this up now. Let's go all the way up. Actually, let's just cancel whatever there. That's weird. That is very, very glitchy. Oh well. And then I want to connect up there, and I would like a gas pipe bridge just to enforce that it goes to the exosuits first. There we are. Aavak streaming as well for no sleep for the dapper. Okay, learn something new every day. Now, is that going to start flowing properly? Yes, there we go. Now it's given priority to charging up the exosuits. There we are. Okay. So, with that done, we've got plenty of algae that we can gather out here. That shouldn't be an issue for us for quite some time. There's a table under the polluted water. I don't recommend eating your breakfast off that, guys. I'm just going to say, I think it would be a dumb idea. And grabbing balm lily seeds, that's fine. Alright, well, now that you've got that, let's actually set up some exploration into this area. All the way up. Then we'll take a ladder up the rest of it. Could you please use this, though? Once we're up there, we'll get a little bit of a better idea of what's going on. Okay, in terms of food, we've got a lot of food. That is not going to be an issue for us. In terms of oxygen, yeah, we're producing close to what we're consuming, so that tells me that we're making enough. It's just that, you know, there's other gases around. So that was one of the things that I wanted to take care of. This is a bit of a concern. I'm thinking maybe what I should do out here is go ahead and build the deodorizer. Yeah, let's get a deodorizer. Let's start turning this into regular breathable oxygen. It's not going to make the puff happy, but it will make me happy. How's everything going down there? You're just grabbing the odd things here and there. Oil is going to be down towards the bottom of the map. That is definitely something we want to get to. I'm not really sure what we can do with the chlorine geyser yet. Like what particular use that's going to be for me. Duplicate traffic control? Those duplicates pass when active. Oh, okay. That's actually pretty cool. Let's get that researched. Now then. Love my Cataclysm videos. Oh, I'm glad you do. Always sleepy for school. What an unfortunate name. I tried getting into Overwatch. First-person shooters have never been my forte, though. Yeah. You're not alone there. Certainly not alone. I tried getting into quite a few first-person shooters. Some of them, it works, and some of them, it just never clicks. We also want to take this further down. And now that the only people that are allowed out have to be wearing exosuits, we should be okay, because it means that I can now access all of this delicious, delicious coal. That actually needs to be brought in as something of a priority. In fact, let's get all of that as well.
Dapper.
Is that coal there too? No, that's obsidian. Obsidian, that's fine. Grab that. Spanorama, thank you very much for the resubscription. 5 months in a row. Thank you so much for not only subscribing me to begin with, but deciding to stay. You fool. What madness drove you to this? I couldn't say. I appreciate it though, even if I lament what terrible, terrible forces must be at play in your life to make you think that this is a good idea. Ooh, I see you there, you sneak. I see you, you sneaky sneak. There we go. We will find out what that is. Hopefully it's something great. I've never been one for FPS games, Aavak, but Overwatch was just so good. I don't know why I enjoyed it so much. Well, that's the thing. I mean, I'm not usually one for MOBA games, but there are some that are exceptions, and I enjoy quite a lot. It all comes down to how well the game's made, I guess, more than anything else. Oxygen is fine, though we've got a bit of carbon dioxide building up in there, which isn't as fine. Now, if we can set up a steam vent over there, that would be pretty amazing. I'll be honest. But if nothing else, I really, really would like to get through this colony, even if we don't stick with it because we might not have access to all of the new critter stuff. I would like to at least build some sort of gas radiator system, probably using CO2 because that's a waste gas for all intents and purposes. We will fill pipes with CO2, deliver those pipes up here. We'll probably move our oxygen generation over here so that we can pump the hydrogen into the anti-entropy thermonullifier and then have radiant pipes of CO2 just moving around that area. This area will need gas in it for it to make a difference, so that the gas can actually cool down, and then that'll cool down the pipes. Or just move the pipes through the cold biome, frankly. It's pretty bloody chilly. And then move that really cold CO2 back into the basing radiant pipes, where it'll just absorb the heat and cool the base down a little bit. That's going to be my idea, anyway. A good way to check for those sneaky neutronium spots is to use temperature overlay. They are always super cold. Ooh. Why so? No, that's a vacuum. Ah, yes. You are very, very clever indeed. Very sneaky. Very sneaky. Any more that I have missed? Well, no, that's actually abyssalite. That neutronium is not super cold. That neutronium is crazy hot. That is cold, though. That is surprisingly cold, considering it's a volcano. Okay. No, that's cool. Thank you very much. That's really useful info. What is the temperature of the base overall? It's not bad. All things said and done, it's not terrible. I think we can manage with it. My power, it's not great, but we can always get to that. Go ahead, get all the way through there to solid transport. Now, I've not played around with any of those things. Obligatory Aavak. When is the next Porsche, Factorio, Battletech, Flabots, the Battletech? I've got one more episode from my first stream of it, so that'll come down to when I next stream it. As for Porsche, simply a matter of me having time to sit down and record that one. I'm quite far ahead of myself now regarding A Song of Fur and Steel, Cataclysm, and Thrones of Britannia. I have about another 4 or 5 episodes, maybe more actually. Might be closer to a full week's worth of Card Life to put up. I've got over a week's worth of Frostpunk to put up. Whatever I get from Oni tonight. So the next thing I'll be doing is Battletech in terms of streaming. Unless something catches my attention, we decide to have a day where I'm not actually pursuing any of the series that I'm streaming for. For example, maybe Sheila and I will play some... what's the word? We might play some Colony Survival. Because that was actually a really, really fun stream. That was crazy fun, in fact. Right, I'm thinking we will want to set up a wee place for CO2 down here. This is going to be where our base collects the CO2 that is descending into this pit. In fact, to that end, you know what? See, if we really want to get the CO2 without it becoming a big issue for me, then one thing I can do is cool it and just keep pumping it into a chamber and just constantly cycling it until eventually it becomes dry ice. And then I can store massive quantities of it. But I don't want to do that. It's not very energy efficient. It would use up a lot of my power just to cool it. But until I actually set things up over here, I can't easily get rid of it, which is a bit of a concern. That being said, we could legitimately just go with the whole, let's set up a bunch of radiant pipes. Yeah, actually, let's try that. Also, Thorman, thanks for the subscription, man. How you doing? Oh, It's been ages since I've seen you, dude. Manov, excuse me, as someone who mainly watches Aavak on YouTube, I was not present during any of the discussions for his plans for the new Stardew series. Now that multiplayer and a few new features are involved, I'm not trying to demand it or emphasize it over anything else, but I am curious if anything has been said. Oh, there's no problem with asking. I mean, it gets a little bit... Sometimes people do demand, and that's always a little bit awkward, because it's like, well, there's lots of decisions, lots of reasons why one series might be recorded over another. But I'm always happy to field those sorts of questions. You never have to worry about that. But in terms of the reason why I haven't already covered it, it is still pretty buggy. It's a beta release at the moment, and history has taught me that when it comes to YouTube series, especially important YouTube series, because there's a lot of people who really, really like my my Stardew stuff, that jumping into a beta series can be a bit of a mistake. At least until the beta is gone a fair way. There are some crazy bugs there right now. For example, Leafin was playing with a couple of the other Dapplings, and certain events, certain fairs and festivals just didn't happen. They were meant to, but they went to the right place and they weren't there. Also, things like if you build light sources, it causes enormous amounts of lag, and things that I'm sure that they'll patch out within 1 or 2 patches. But right now, there's no point in starting it and then struggling through a lot of issues. So it comes down to once the game is in a much more stable state. I'm not specifically saying out of beta, but it does need to be somewhere where there aren't going to be, obviously, some game, not necessarily breaking, but enjoyment diminishing bugs. Let's put it that way, because some bugs are just funny. But then other ones, like a festival not being there, that would kind of suck. So we'll leave that there. But yeah, there has been talk about doing a collab. No solid plans yet, but it is definitely on the table. You've been watching a lot of my YouTube videos. Oh, thanks, man. Glad to hear it. You still living in the same place? Thorman, by the way, is a gentleman that I met back in Wales, going to a couple of LANs. I think the LAN group has since, unfortunately, stopped doing LANs, but fond memories, very fond memories. Loving the Kata series at episode 7 at the moment. Fantastic, Sirlak. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. I'm really, really glad with the amount of the good reception that Kata got, because I was quite concerned. My audience is very different, or at least I thought it was very different from the audience that I had back when I used to do a lot of roguelikes. But as it turns out, there's a lot of people who are still subscribed to my channel who fondly remember Kata, who even discovered me through Kata. So that's actually pretty cool. Yeah, I moved recently, though, and I was just down the road, basically. I moved from a bungalow about 2 streets away up to where I'm currently living. It was an arduous task. I could have, if we discount the massive oak dining table, I could probably have carried most of the stuff between one house and the next. It would have looked really stupid, just lugging around a massive mattress and a bed in just various different parts. It would have been a sight, but it could have absolutely been done. It was that close.